Hi, so recently I posted a topic on Facebook that I was downloading a lot of file, basically CSV file from a website, and I was using VBA. So here is explanation and how to use this. So I'm going to add this URL in the description, so you may check this one. So basically this is an open data set, and you can see that this day ahead market exposed LMP CSVs, and then it's saying that we have file and we have the published tag. Okay, so you need to look at this section that, let's say, we have published is 2023 27th January, 26th January, 25th January, 24th January. That means basically in every day we have one CSV file. And if you look at this, right click on your mouse, inspect, and let's select one item. And if you look at this href, it's saying that just edit as HTML. You can see we have an URL that's linked to this particular CSV file. So HTTP is and then we have this. And if you look at the other data, like the next data as well, TD, you can see we have the same URL, only changes the date part. So we are going to use this URL to download the data. So like if you click on that, you can see that it's going to download that file. Yeah. So we are going to use that one. So let me copy this URL. So copy, and I can see, let's see, copy link address. So I'm going to public sub download files and constant URL, or let's say team URL as string, and URL is going to be my copy data. Now, as you know that we need to change this part, and in this one we have formatted like 2023 1st January. That means this is year, this is month, and this is the date. So we can say that the base URL is going to be this. So constant base URL, and that's going to be this as string, and variable part, or like let's say file name string, and file name is going to be this one, this date part. Now this depends on the date, so I'm going to take one date. So for date as date, I'm going to take one parameter for that one. So let's get rid of that and format, and then that is going to be for this particular date, and format is YYY MM and then DD. So we are concatenating that. So final URL is going to be my base URL and file name. Now this is the base part to download the file. Now if you look at this section, I have declared one function, one Win API function, that is URL download to file, and this is URL MON libraries function, and we have different parameter, pcolor as long, SZ URL as a string, SZ file name as string. So basically we need to pass this URL parameter and file name, and rest of this will be 0. These are pointer for different things. We don't need those for this in this VBA tutorial. So we need to pass this URL and file name where we need to download the file. So folder path, so let's say instead of constant here, I can just declare those constant folder path as string, and let's see, I'm going to download that file in this particular folder. Now I can just call this URL download the file. This is going to be 0. URL is going to be my URL. File name is going to be my file name, but along with folder path and then file name. And other parameter will be 0. Now this is going to download the file. Now let's test this with one specific date. Sub test and download files. I'm going to pass, say, date serial. Use this date serial function. 2023 month is going to be 27 January. Now if you look at this, we don't have anything. Now if I run this particular function, and if you look at this, I do have the file. If I open the data, then you can see we have the data of that particular file. So this is how we can download one single file for a specific date. Now you can just pass all the date and call this API within a loop, and it will download all those files. So like call this API, download that particular file. Sorry, just pass this date, this date, and so on. So this is like, instead of download files, this is download file. And I can say public sub download files, multiple files, and I can just say all date as variant, and just current date as variant for each current date in all date. Next, current date. So you can just say download file and pass, convert this into date, actually date, and this is how it is going to download all the file for that particular date. Now in this one, I can print a message. I can get some output of this function. So dim result as long. As you can see, the data type is long. So I can say result is going to be my test, and I can say debug.print. So file name, download complete, and then you can ask the question, and that is going to be result is equals to 0. Yes, let's see, and cstr. Okay, now let's try this test. I'm going to write some dates here. So 1 January 2003. Okay, so I'm going to pass the selection. So download files, selection dot values. Now let's run this code. F8. You can see for date it's giving me, oh, wrong date. Sorry, this is 3000. Okay, so 2023. It's going to be my this. Okay, now run this. F8, and it's called the API. Let's print the message. If you look at this message, download complete, it's saying true. And just run this, and look at this, it's downloading all of those files. for those particular date. And this is nice, so you can download all the file from all of those dates using this Win API function. Thank you.